So
Yep.
I'll just focus on
Ignore that, everybody. I've just realised I'm not recording it. Carry on.
focus
Oops.
on what I can do. So I made sure that my CV is all ready to go in case anything
Yeah,
else happens. So that's all prepared. And just cracking on, making sure my team is all right and focusing on our projects and everything else. So it's all good. And it seems quite refreshing actually. It's all right. There's some
good.
changes, but they've left us um with a little bit of a poke to say this is what we want. This is the direction we want you to go in. So all
But at
fine.
least they've given you some direction then, because that was the concern. You were worried that you wouldn't know what they were looking for, and then you wouldn't know how you were going to deliver it.
Yeah. Which they've not. Yeah, they've certainly given direction of how they want to make it, how they want to change it.
Mm.
And I'm quite fine with that. Yeah, it seems all fine.
Good.
Quite happy. Yeah.
Nice. So that's
Good.
chaos of, disaster averted. So how are you doing in yourself?
Yeah, good. We had so the week after that I'd already got it booked. So I had a holiday. It was half term for us.
Yeah.
Not last week, the week before. Yeah. And so that was nice. We went away to it's an Airbnb. It was connected to a spa, and
Oh,
so it was
right,
really,
lovely.
yeah, very nice. So we went there, had a week, and that really helped. It was very nice. So nice relaxing week off. Some massages and things. So I liked
Ooh,
it. It's good. But
good.
yes, it's a good in myself. Trying to get back to doing my journaling. So I was really good at the beginning, and then it just went off a cliff.
Yeah.
And so I'm just trying to get back into that habit.
Okay.
Um,
Where do you keep your journal?
well, it's here at the moment, so that's
Yeah.
um, but it's yeah, I try to keep it somewhere where I will do it, but it's not been working yet. So I need to keep it on me, maybe.
Well, I mean, it's one of those, where do you have the time to do it? So for me, it's always next to my bed.
Mm.
So I always journal at night times or first thing in the morning. Those are the only two times that I can journal because my brain doesn't compute at any other time anyway. So I always keep it next to my bed. So it's having it wherever you are most likely to do it. So when you were journaling, where were you journaling?
I had it downstairs, and so I was journaling like at breakfast time,
Okay.
or in an evening. But then that sort of like it just got put somewhere where I didn't see it, so
Right.
it was just out of
Yeah.
the mindset. So
And this is the thing, it's got to be in your
yeah,
eyesight. So it's a rule of thumb for everything. Whatever your eye sees, it will do. So for example, I have all my herbal teas. As soon as you walk in my kitchen, I have a whole display of herbal teas. The hot chocolates and the marshmallows and all the kind of stuff that's like the naughty drinks and the coffees and stuff around the corner.
right.
But everything that I want is always at eyesight. So all the healthy foods are at eye level. And then, the stuff like the kids' snack cupboard is like down underneath something, behind something. And whenever you're trying to create a habit, make sure your eyes can see it. So have it somewhere really, really obvious.
Yeah,
Cool. So
yeah,
what do
I'll
you
do that.
I mean, obviously you want to get back into your journaling. Is there anything that you're working on specifically at the moment?
Um, I think it's been once I had the journal, I was making sure I drank better. I was recording how I was sleeping. My sleep's not too bad. I am waking up about 3, and then I just have to work on getting back to sleep. But I am getting back to sleep, so that's fine. Um, but yeah, the walk and sort of making sure I'm trying to bring in doing something, so activity. My problem
Yeah.
is don't do any activity because I'm sat on a computer most of the day
Yeah.
or in meetings. And if I'm working from home, then meetings are still sat at the same place. So yeah, activity is really, really low. And so just try that's my next I want to increase.
Do you have an Apple Watch, or are you a Samsung girl, or are you?
I've got a Fitbit.
Okay. Does it beep at you?
No, it doesn't actually. I might need to. It doesn't. It
Look at your
doesn't
settings, because my
buzz.
watch annoys me.
How does it?
Like, it tells me every hour, time to stand. So have a look at your settings and see if it can if you can set it to remind you.
Yeah.
To move, because sometimes that's all you need. It's just somebody annoying you. Genuinely.
I will. It's true. I will. I'll see. I think it did buzz it, but it wasn't annoying enough. It just like buzzed once. It's like, no, I need like a bit more of a prod.
Yeah, a bit more push. But even on your, so you strike me as a very scheduled type of a human being. Do you do what's always in your schedule? Like, are you one of those people that shows up for meetings on time and everything?
I try. Yeah. Unless the other meetings going back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't you schedule in a walk? Because then I feel like you're a very honest kind of scheduled person. That if you scheduled it in, it would happen. Because
I wish that was true.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, I wish it was true. I think I'd love that to happen. Yeah, maybe.
Try it.
Yeah.
Usually if I schedule things in, I have to do them because have you ever done the strengths analysis? Have you done a strengths test before?
I have. I can't remember what came out. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to remember which the strength one was. I've done quite a few different ones, but yeah.
Have you done the one that I recommended? Oh gosh, literally disappeared off the top of my head. Oh, that's gonna annoy me. Help! Who knows which one I do? Help! All right, that's gonna annoy me now. 1 second. VIA character. There we go. If you just go to VIA character strength and test, okay. So if you go to the VIA character strength test and do the test, there's like, I don't know, like 40, 50 questions. And then don't pay for the results. There's a free version that they don't want to show you, but it's on a line underneath. Because the thing is that what we can do is we can use your strengths as a gateway to get you to do stuff. So for example, my top strength is honesty. I mean, I don't have a choice anyway, because whatever comes in my head goes out my mouth. Like I'm useless at lying and I'm useless at pretending. So, I don't really have a choice. However, I use my strength is also my need. So I have a need for honesty. If people lie to me, that's the quickest way to lose me as a friend or ruin a relationship with me, because I can't compute lies. I don't understand them. And no, I'm not doing it. Right. So what I can do is I can tell myself something has to happen. And then if I put it in the diary and I tell myself it's going to happen, I can't then not do it because I'm lying. So just you know what I mean? So honesty is my top strength, but it's also one of my top needs. It's also something that I value very highly. So have a look at what do a strength test and figure out what your top 5 strengths are. And next time we talk, come back to me on them, because we can use what your top strengths are to get your brain to behave itself, to get you to do what you need to do.
Yeah. Sounds good.
So for example, if one of your top strengths was fairness, we can tell your brain that there's got to be more balance in life, and that if you're not looking after yourself as well as you look after your work, then that's unfair. And do you know what I mean? Like, we can go through that way. If your top strength is kindness, we can say, well, you're not being kind to you, and there's ways that we can make your brain kind of pick up what and kind of behave itself. You like. Yeah. So it's very interesting. If anybody wants to do that test, you just go to the VIA character strength analysis, or some strength personality or something like that. And it's very interesting to do it. And if you haven't done it for a while, for example, if you have been a fairy for a year and you did it when you first joined and you haven't done it since, your strengths will have changed order by now. When I do the transformation program with people, it changes within 12 weeks.
Right.
Every time. And they don't necessarily, some of them change dramatically and some just change the order. But usually there's at least 1 or 2 that are in the top 5 and the most important ones. And there's usually 1 or 2 that have moved completely to a different place. So it's very interesting, because you just, it's your kind of priorities and your needs as well as your strengths, basically. So try that.
I will. I think that would. I think that would help because it's very easy to push these things out. So I'm trying not to. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I just need to do this first, and
Yeah.
then next thing I know, it goes, oh, actually now it's 12:20, and I've got a meeting at 1, so I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
So then
You
it's
know?
like, well, I can't do anything now because.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And so that's the main thing. So yeah, that would be interesting to
Yeah.
see.
So see how that goes. And as I said, if you do the character test, and oh, thanks, Rhea, I've just seen you put it in there. Do the character test, and as I said, it should be pretty easy to, when you get the top strengths, to figure out. We all have all the strengths, we just have them all in different orders.
Yeah.
So try and figure out, and come back to me, as I say, next time we have a call. And if you're not managing to convince your brain, and I'll give you the secrets to it. Yeah.
That sounds good. I'll do that.
All right. Thanks, Beck. Sally Watts, how you doing, darling?
Hello.
Hello. How's life?
Always loads going on.
It wouldn't be you if there wasn't.
No. So I completed my 5K a day in October.
Which was outstanding. Love that.
And did a race as well. Did my first race and did 5K in 36 minutes, which is almost what I was running before when I was running.
Yeah.
So that was really good. Bumped into loads of people that I used to run with and that. So that was a really, really positive event. And so, yeah, my running's going from strength to strength. I've taken the pressure off myself, obviously, not to go out and do 5K every day. I'm back at the gym doing the strength training, and I've got the yoga mat back out doing the yoga. Good. Because that's all really important. Especially on those days, like there's probably at least one day a week where I was like, oh, I don't want to do 5K. Just give me a yoga mat, please. Give me But now with the running, at least I'm back out and I'm really enjoying it, and I'm starting to build up from a 5K now to get to 10K. So
wow.
And it's really helping mental health and strength, and sadly not the scales, but anyway. We're just gonna throw those in the bin. And
honestly, I don't have I got a pair? I think there might be some in the stables, but I just call it the sad step because it just brings nothing but misery.
Yeah.
Are you feeling better in your clothes though?
Yeah, I did get really annoyed the other day. I bought 2 pairs of jeans, both in a size 16. One fit perfectly, one wouldn't even do up.
Both that just shows you how crap sizes are.
It's really annoyed. I was like, for God's sakes. But yeah, I can pick up a size 16 pretty much anywhere apart from those pair of jeans, and it will fit really comfortably. And some of my stuff is everything fits really comfortably. Nothing's tight anymore. So that's really good.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So unfortunately my mum's got breast cancer, so that was a massive blow. And also that was found on a routine mammogram. She wouldn't have felt the lump for 2 years. They said her breast tissue was so dense she wouldn't have felt it for up to 2 years.
That's something to be very grateful for though, isn't it?
This is why we need colonoscopies stop at 70. Why? Because I have to routinely have those, and why are they stopping at 70? It's just, and it's the same with the smear, isn't it? Why they need to lower that, they need to get in, all these routine things are just so grateful for them. But luckily it's been caught really early, so she needs to have an operation and some radiotherapy, and I'm really close to my mum, so she's like my best friend. So it was quite a big thing, but
I'm sure
I did put a post out about it. I felt I handled it quite well. I feel like sometimes my emotions are quite delayed because I know I've got to be strong a lot of the time, so I kind of like take it on the chin, and then it takes me about a week.
That's the thing, isn't it? Because sometimes you have an emergency or like an urgent situation, and you have to be the one that's together. But you have to then deal with it, because if you keep sweeping everything under the carpet, eventually trip over the bloody carpet.
And I'm really crap at keeping secrets, and I couldn't tell anybody. And we talk so openly here about everything, especially with the teenage boys. Not necessarily so much Toby, because he's only 7, he doesn't understand everything.
Yeah.
We went to a birthday party at the weekend. My niece had a joint one with her cousin, and so that is my ex best friend, who is Toby's godmum, and I was trying to explain to him what a godmum is, and bless him, he goes, "Oh, I'm Cinderella, I've got a godmum."
Oh, bless.
I was like, that's a conversation for another day, Tobes.
Oh,
Love him.
Little sweetheart. So what are you working on right now?
I feel a bit lost at the moment because business is really quiet. My baby classes are really quiet. Like, they shouldn't be this quiet, but I've done everything. I can possibly think of to get my business out there. Literally cannot do anymore. So there's obviously something, and probably the cost of living, that's stopping people from booking on. I'm not lowering my prices.
Yeah.
I'm doing my special Christmas, my Christmas special story massage that I mentioned the other day. And that's booked up quite nicely. But
so
yeah, I've had
people that have already, that's people that have already done it before.
Yeah.
So they know, like, and trust you.
Yeah. I've had to send out that dreaded email of, "You're the only person booked on, and therefore I can't really run the class. Can you come to another class?" Haven't had to send that for, I can't remember the last time I've had to send that. So that
did that make you feel like a failure?
No.
Good.
But well, no, it doesn't make me feel like a failure, because that particular class is normally one of my busiest classes. So you know, and then I've got other options because I teach in other towns. So, you know, I've got lots I can offer, and other classes are running.
So why is it the dreaded email? Why is it like, what was the emotion that you had?
I don't know. I just feel like I don't know how they'll perceive me then, because if it's somebody, you know, because I've never met them before, and I don't know, people, I worry about what people think of me, I think, because well, you know, she can't fill her classes, I'll go somewhere else, or I don't know.
See, if somebody said to me, so let's look at this logically, if somebody said that class isn't filled up, could you do this and this and this time, my first instinct would be to saying, "Oh, can I do that time?" I wouldn't go to the point of, "Oh, well, she's going to be shit, isn't she?" Like, that's not, I don't know about anybody else, but that's not where I go. That's where we think other people go.
Yeah.
But it really isn't where people go.
No.
I moved a challenge the other day. There was already like 50 women booked on, and I moved it 2 weeks because I'd messed it up because Ellie was away and I was busy juggling all the freaking plates. And so, you know, I just said, right, I'm going to move it 2 weeks. Did you turn around and go, "Well, you're shit"? And that was like, I had to move like 40.
I turned around and went, "Where's the challenge?"
Yeah. But do you see what I mean? It's like I had to move it because I'd kind of like dropped the ball on it. But no one's sitting there going, "Well, that's it, I'm never going to do anything with you again."
Yeah, I mean, I generally bend over backwards. I'm like, "Can you come to another class?" Or I can teach you 1-to-1 and do it over 2 sessions, you know, so that I'm not giving money back, basically.
Yeah.
So it still benefits everyone, but at a mutual agreement rather than that's how they wanted to do it. So yeah. But I'm filling the time. I'm doing a lot like Amy. I've got loads of stuff on Vinted. I did the dreaded, went into Harry and Toby's room today and tidied it, and then just was
and boys smell,
my life choices.
My friend's got like 3 boys, and she just says they smell.
Yeah, not too bad because Toby's only little.
Okay.
But yeah, Harry's side of the room was just, yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, sort of deep cleaning and preparing for, you know.
So
time to get
when
people
you're
in.
filling up these classes, how often do you contact these people and let them know that there's something happening?
I don't send out collective emails very often because my catchment's so small. So I am going to send out an email while I've got this time on my hands to tell everybody about the Christmas story massage and see if that gets more people booked in.
Do you have a newsletter?
No.
Because
No,
I mean, I'm not. This is not me this is not me coming up from a place on high. I've managed to do 2 so far, and my business has been going for years. Did you all get your newsletter this evening? Yes. What? Go for it, Manda. You want to tell me something? Oh, you got it. Yeah.
It is something worthwhile doing. And I wouldn't be worried, Sally, about one person. Sometimes it's just the way it goes.
Yeah. But seriously, think about doing a newsletter, because right. So I probably have 6,000 people on my mailing list. Okay. Every time I send an email, I then panic when I see like 10 people unsubscribed. So then I get tempted not to send any more emails because I think, shit, 10 people have unsubscribed. And then I have to, like, I'll tell Scott and he'll go, you've got 6,000 people on your email list and 10 of them subscribed. You'll live. Do you know what I mean? And he has to put it into perspective for me, because I'm going, oh my God, I've offended people. And do you remember what I was saying about failing more quickly? People that don't want to hear from you, you need them to leave as quickly as they can.
Yeah.
You need them off. Okay. Yeah. So, and you know, if people don't like it, so somebody who used to be a fairy, just decided randomly the other day that she was going to do a chargeback through the bank, completely unfounded, and then sent a spam. I mean, I don't know what I've done to this woman, but you know, it is what it is. Then sent a spam report about an email that I'd sent. And then, you know, it's just like all this kind of stuff. And I had to have a talking to myself and went, it's a her problem, because I haven't done anything to her. It's a her problem, right? And it's not going to stop me. I just made sure she's deleted off everything, so there's no more problems, because she's obviously telling me a message. She doesn't want anything to do with me. That's okay as well. And it's just making sure that when people don't want to be around you, you're okay with it. And just say, yeah, it's okay, because that's our biggest fear. That we'll send an email and people get upset.
It's like when I'm still handing out leaflets, and I don't try and cherry pick, because obviously that's me judging people. Yeah. They might not look like my ideal customer, but have shitloads of money and can come to my classes. But I went to give out one of my postcards the other day, and she went, oh no, thank you. Like, and then I had another, oh yeah.
But this is the thing. So I've got one of the fairies, I won't say who it is. She's not on this call, but one of the fairies, I remember having a call with her and thinking, well, that was a waste of my bloody time. In my head, it's a true story, right? She has now done 3 different programs, and she's done one-to-one coaching with me, transformation program with me, and she's a Fiji Fairy master. And when I first spoke to her, she said, oh, she couldn't afford the membership. And I remember thinking, oh, fuck, you know. Because I'd spent an hour on the phone with her. That's true, and that sounds awful. But because, do you know what I mean? Like, I remember thinking, we don't know is the story. You don't know who's going to be. And she's like one of my favourite humans, and I adore her. But it just happened that when I spoke to her, she wasn't in a good place. And now we've been working together for a certain amount of time. She's now amazing, and I love her to pieces. She's brilliant. So you don't know.
Yeah,
don't presume. You know that.
Yeah, it shocks me who comes back and back and back, and who doesn't, you know, and who's all talk. And
and some people are all kind of, I'm going to do this, and we'll do this, and we'll do this, and they never show up for anything. I've got fairies that have been in my memberships, I swear to you, for 4 or 5 years, and I've never seen them once live. Not one time.
Yeah, I have live people pay for courses and they don't turn up, but I'm like, I chase them once. You know, if they don't turn up the first week, and they've not said anything, I'll send a message and go, you okay? Da, da, da. You know, and then
No, but
they
these
might
are
come
people
back
that
and
do
stuff
it in their own time. They just do it in the background.
Mm.
But you can't presume. You cannot presume. So get out of your own damn way a little bit, girl.
Mm.
Communicate with everyone. Let them know what you're doing. And if you send out a newsletter, this is why I'm not preaching, as I said, from up on high, because I have to have these conversations with myself. I'm being really honest about it. So I, as I said, I recently made sure that I sent newsletters out, because then it keeps me making sure that because what I realized as well is I'm underserving people. If I'm not letting them know what's going on, I'm underserving them. I'm not being fair, because they might absolutely in their life right now need a challenge.
Yeah.
They might be sitting up at night feeling really, really ill, and they might need this book more than, you know, life itself. But if I haven't told them about it, how are they going to know?
Yeah, newsletters and sending emails is a massive.
Oh, honestly,
emails is a massive sticking point for me. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
I am exactly the same, because I always feel like I'm annoying somebody. Somebody's going to be upset with me. They're going to fall out with me. And then I realize, but if they don't like me, they can just unsubscribe. And that's okay.
Yeah, try not to look at the feed, like if they have unsubscribed and stuff. It's just like it's gone, and then
No, we actually have a celebrate. This sounds, I'm honestly, I'm making us both sound horrendous, but we actually have a little see you then kind of dance in the office, when people go, because that just makes it so we don't dread it as much. Yeah. And then if people some people send a spam report, but then don't unsubscribe, so then we unsubscribe for them.
Yeah.
And we just make it as in and it's just got to be that mentality of failing more quickly, failing forwards, failing faster, getting rid of people. You know, you are amazing, and I'm sure you are so good at what you do, but you don't need people around you that don't appreciate it.
No. I think that's what I get from when I did the fair at the weekend. It was like, yeah, you know.
Are you on Audible?
I didn't like to know, they weren't for me.
Yeah. Are you on Audible? Do you have Audible?
Yeah.
Stephen Bartlett, CEO, Diary of the CEO. Have you read it?
No.
Get it. It's exactly what you need to hear right now.
I've listened to a lot of his podcasts, but yeah.
But he talks about the Kaizen method. He talks about failing quickly. He talks about all these things that you need to listen to them, because it'll help switch your brain on them.
Yeah.
But if you've got time, do a newsletter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And put all your little bits in. Let everybody know everything that's going on, because you just don't know. You know, and even put things like how they can gift a class to if they've got a friend, because you know what, all these women, if they're having babies, they've probably got friends who are having babies as well.
Yeah, I've had my gift vouchers done so that I can email out really easily. So yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know, Christmas is coming up, looking for a present to give to your friend who's a new mum.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I know.
Go on then. All right, sweetie.
Thanks.
Let me know how you get on.
I will do.
And weirdly, because she's normally first in line, Sarah Bogg, last but no means least. How you doing, darling?
Well, I missed nearly half of it, and I was sat here waiting.
The last 20 minutes, so
I know. Typically, the time I am actually late, which stressed me out, and it wasn't recorded the first bit. Typical.
We're both here.
Yeah. So, all right. Actually, I've been to work today to pick up everything to start officially next week, working from home again.
Nice. How's that gone?
It was all right. I saw some of the new colleagues that wasn't there before I went on maternity leave, then on sick leave. I genuinely think they might think I'm insane already. So, but I've got a meeting with them all tomorrow, because I just feel like I need to explain how I've changed because of like my fibro and everything like that. And so yeah, which I've chose this.
Okay.
I've chosen to do this because I've worked with one of the girls for 13 years, and she hasn't got a clue what's going on at all. Like, she clearly didn't follow Facebook or anything, because I'm really open with stuff.
Why do you need to tell them what's going on? Why do you need to justify how you've changed?
Because I'm not me anymore. I'm not.
But you are you. You're just a newer you.
I know, but this is what I mean. Like, I'm terrified that when it comes to doing the work, I can't do it like I used to do before, which my manager knows this. She's been really, really, really brilliant with it. She's really lenient. I haven't even got an official start date, time and finish. I can do my 5 hours a day as and when I want for now.
Okay.
But I won't do that because I'm not that sort of person. I will start at 9:30 and I will work my hours unless I absolutely can't. Because I'm just not that sort of person. But I just feel like I need to explain, because sometimes I can be having a conversation and I can't explain what I need to get out. And that's not like me. And sometimes I really even tonight, I couldn't think of what an owl was, that flying thing in the air when we was driving on a country road, because it's not very often you see them in a city. So driving on a country road, I was like, oh, look at that flying thing in the air. And Stuart was like, do you mean an owl? I was like, yeah, that's what I meant. I nearly said Hedwig. I'm not even a Harry Potter fan as such, but it nearly came out my mouth.
But I don't want you to, the only thing that concerns me with that is I don't want you to prime people to think that, I don't want them to treat you differently, Sarah. I don't want you to think that because you've got a long-term condition that you are less than.
But I feel like, not that I don't want them to treat me differently. I just want them to understand that if they're talking to me like in a conversation and I genuinely ain't got a clue what I'm on about, it is just part of now my brain.
Yeah, but you're okay. I've never had a conversation with you and I thought, well, she's off on one.
I'm surprised.
No, because, do you know what I mean? I don't want you to have to justify yourself. You're
I feel like I need to, though.
This is the thing, but you're a beautiful, vivacious woman. You don't need to kind of like preempt everything and make it like there's nothing wrong with you. You're just quirky. And that's okay. I just don't want you to go in there with already like feeling like you're back 2 steps.
Well, that's the thing I do. I couldn't even remember my login details today. I've had the same login details for 13 years.
But you'll get there, darling. The thing is, when you've been off for a long time, your brain does slow down. And you know, I sometimes look at my computer in the morning, I can't even remember my password. And I'm on it every day. Do you know what I mean? Or I've got my stupid nails on, I can't even type it properly. I just don't want you to feel like, please, you know, people will love you for who you are. They will accept you for who you are. I just don't want you to feel like that you can't be you.
Oh no, I have no choice in being me. I genuinely can't be anything else. I couldn't make it up. I won't remember what I'd said and done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just how forgetful and everything I am, and just like not that I'm making excuses or anything. It's just I just feel like I need to make them aware that my brain isn't like it used to be. Because like without blowing my own trumpet, I could have taken the manager's job that came up previously before this. I wouldn't have even attempted to apply for the band 5 job that's just come up now, let alone the manager's job. So, and it's just like, no, because it's just not how I used to be at all. Like, it's totally different person. So, and I'm not like, even my manager was like, are you sure you want to do that? I was like, yeah, I just feel like I just need to explain, like, and also like just explain that sometimes I will need to come away, which I've got it's even in my contract. And I just feel like I need to explain, look, this is just not me taking the mick. This is life. This is like now my life. Okay. Because I don't even think they know why I've gone part-time. I think they just assume it's because I've got a kid.
Okay. As long as you don't feel like you're making excuses.
No, I just want to make them aware, not just to make, it's literally just to make them aware, just in case, like, because I do have days where I genuinely can't string a sentence together, and it makes me feel embarrassed. But I think at least if they know in advance that actually she's all right, she's just having one of those days.
The thing is, I mean, it's a fine line here, because if you wrap words around the problem, you keep yourself out of shame, which is a good thing, right? So if you tell people what it is and you wrap words around it, and then you don't feel ashamed of it. I just don't want people to I don't want it to become a self-fulfilling prophecy where people go, oh, don't ask Sarah because, you know, she won't know. And I don't want you then to feel excluded from things or feel like you're being treated differently from other people.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. Absolutely get what you're saying. I am doing it for that, and I hope they actually don't think that's why I'm doing that. But I just feel like I just need to at least tell them. I mean, the two or three new people, they'd be absolutely none the wiser. I never got a clue what I'm like. Yeah, but like one of them I've worked with for 4 years, and the other one I've literally worked there since we started the job at the same time, within 2 weeks of each other. And like she's gonna see a big difference because I see it, and that's mainly it. It's just like just to basically say, look, guys, I might not be the savvy person that I used to be anymore. Like just more of a heads up than anything.
Do you think you'll get back? So obviously fibromyalgia, as we know, it's an inflammatory condition. It causes chronic pain and everything else. Do you think you'll get back to the Sarah that you're talking about?
No.
Do you not?
No.
Do you want to?
I'd love to. That actually could make me cry because I actually would love to.
Okay.
My life has changed dramatically in 2 years. Literally don't do anything that I did before. I was training to be, as much as I'm a plus size person, I was training to be a ballroom and Latin dance teacher. And I've had to stop that because I physically can't. I can't even stand in position, let alone do the dancing. Can't be a burlesque dancer in a class anymore. Yeah, I can do solo routines, which is brilliant, but I can't go to the classes anymore because I can't physically do it. Can't even do the stretches, which when I do go, I attempt them, but I can't. But even the doctors have said it might, like, you won't get it back. This is just it now. It's just dealing with it and finding like coping mechanisms and stuff like that. That's pretty much it.
I mean, the clients that I've had with fibromyalgia in the past have learned to manage symptoms with very fine line measurements. So like Jackie, for example, she's learned exactly how many steps to walk, because if she walks like 100 too many, she gets pain. And if she walks 200 too less, then she feels like she doesn't sleep that night because she's not exhausted herself enough.
Yeah.
So it's like she has to micromanage her steps, and her water was a big one, and an anti-inflammatory diet, and then Epsom salt baths at night time.
Yeah.
Do you do all of that? Do you?
I definitely used to do the baths, but I can't do that now because we only have a shower. So, which is a big thing. I know.
Yeah.
But no, the other stuff I do. Water, I drink majority water anyway. Like I do have teas and coffees, but not very often.
I mean, I do see you with that big
thing. And I usually drink minimum 2 of those a day.
Oh, well done.
Minimum. And I think they're like 1,100 ml, is it? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And I drink at least 2 of those a day.
The bath thing, is there anything that could ever be done about that?
I'm just waiting for social services to be in touch to see what they can do. So yeah, it's
That's a big
what I mean. I'm 39 and I'm like, social services, you associate that, I do anyway, associate that with old people needing help. And that's in my head. I mean, we had it in the old house. They came in and fitted rails. I had additional rails put in, rails in the bathroom. Thankfully, we actually have some where we are now already throughout the house because of Stuart's granddad. He needed them. So it does help. It actually does help, but it's my way of thinking, but it's, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, don't think degrading is the right word, but
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
It makes me feel shite that I have to use
a
handrail to walk through a door or to get up the stairs and addition.
Yeah.
And I just think a lot of people just assume it's because I'm overweight. Well, actually, I might be fat, but before all this, I was extremely fit. Fat but fit. I used to be able to, till this, I could do the splits to the floor.
Wow, I've never been able to do that my entire life. Even as a 4-year-old, I couldn't do that.
So like I've always been really fit, so to now not do anything anymore. So, but it is what it is. It's taken me a long time to accept who I now am, and I do struggle with it a lot. I think I do really struggle with it a lot. But it's not changed in 2 years. So if anything, it's just got worse, and just trying to manage pain. So it's just that.
Yeah, I do feel like you do that bath thing is a kind of, it's a game changer. I really,
Definitely.
oof.
And
It's
even
the
though
leg pain. Do you get restless legs as well?
every day, every single day, and it's sometimes really bad on a night to the point where I have to get out of bed.
Yeah. And that's what I mean, as I say, I only know it vicariously through clients that have had it, but it's the pain in the, the waking up from sleep because your legs are so painful. It seems to be one of the worst symptoms.
Yeah, that and my fingers, believe it or not, this is why I'm really conscious about going back to work. My fingers and wrists are one of my worst pains, as well as my hips. Yeah, they're my worst ones.
Does it react better to heat or to cold?
It depends. Sometimes heat can make it bad. Sometimes it's all right. Sometimes on a cold day, I can barely move, but then on another day, I can be all right. It sounds really stupid. I know in the morning when I'm coming down the stairs, if I can walk down the stairs with one foot, like as you do normally, like that, it's an okay-ish day.
But if you're having to step,
that's how I pan my day out.
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
That's how I pan my day out, how I start walking down the stairs in the morning.
Oh, darling.
But
I wish I could help you. I mean, that's the thing. It's like it's one of those conditions. Do you know that they sometimes, like, if you they look towards gut health as indicators of why fibromyalgia develops, but even then they kind of think, well, it's a combination of symptoms that they don't actually know why. So they kind of group it together and they've given it a name, but they can't pinpoint why this person yes and why that person no, because it's not a disease.
Yeah,
it's a collection of symptoms, isn't it?
Yeah, mine was brought on because of birth trauma.
Oh, bless you.
Norma has screwed my life, the devil.
Well, mate, I mean, I haven't got any birth trauma, and I've got a house full. I'm only supposed to have one child, and I've got 3 here. So, go figure.
So, but I just smile it through because I generally, like, before all of this, I was a really, really positive person, like literally see the positive of everything. And I do struggle with it at the minute, but I still try and fight it because that's not me. Like, I am generally. So
you've got to have some resemblance of you, and you are this positive, shining person, aren't you? I mean, that's genuinely who you are.
Yeah.
It's just very, very difficult when you're faced with pain.
Yeah.
I knew that when obviously last year when I've still got neuralgia problems, but they've dealt with it in terms of they've probably got the right cocktail of meds now. But when I was lying in bed in pain and I wasn't myself, I was a very pessimistic person for quite a while, just because it hurts.
Yeah, I get angry. I'm not an angry person, and anger fears me, and I can literally fly off the handle at the flick of a switch, and that is not me. Like, me and my sister, very, very opposite. Like, she's got no fuse at all. She is like a bomb, and when it goes, it's gone. Whereas I've got a really big fuse, and it can drag on and on and on, and then I'll go poof.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like bang.
Yeah, but that's
and that's pain. That's
it
my
is
pain
because it shortens your it shortens your fuse. It just shortens your frustration levels. Like you're already frustrated just by being in pain.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you, darling.
So, but on a plus, it is what it is. I'm still here and I'm still alive. It's not the end.
And you're going back to work, and you've got an amazing boss that's going to facilitate it. So you're going to have more purpose back in your life, which by the definition will help with some of the pain.
Yes.
Because you'll be more distracted.
Freedom, yeah, exactly. And as well, a week on Friday, it's the big arena show that I've been helping produce.
Nice.
So that's nearly over and done with. I've got loads of stuff out of the way for that this week. So it all just feels like everything's just a bit like, I was really calm until I realised I'd come on here late, and then I was real annoyed with myself. Then I was not one on mute and talking to my child while Amanda was talking. I was like, sorry, I didn't even know what muted today.
Every single person on this call has not been on mute sometimes, and sometimes even like I'll be on call and people will be having fights. Have you ever heard one of those ones? They're my favourite. And people, like, they've put the Zoom on and they're not even actually in front of the camera and they're having a fight with the other half in the background. They make me like I always feel like you're not muting them for themselves, because I just feel like it's too much fun. That's me. Well, listen, it's lovely to see you, darling.
Thank you.
Good luck with everything going back.
Thank you.
I really, really hope it does well. I just, please, please, please just know that you're amazing. That's what I'm trying to say. You're just such a gorgeous human. I just don't want you to feel like people are going to think less of you. And that's why I'm just trying to protect you.
I think less of myself. I know, and
that's
feel
the problem.
that from anybody else.
But this is the thing. This is why I'm trying to say, oh, you know what's best for you. I just don't want you to feel like you're not valued, because you are. I've only known you since you've had fibro. I mean, I never knew you before, and I think you're truly amazing, genuinely. So I just want you to know that you're a beautiful human, darling.
No, thank you very much. So
you please don't feel like you have to, dampen who you are.
No, this whole work thing, like the people that need to know how bad things are have seen it. And it's just tomorrow I just want to just explain, just so people that, especially the people I've worked with, that will see a difference. Like, I won't even be bothered if the new people want on the call tomorrow. It's more just to explain to the other two, because I went in today, they didn't even know I'd moved. I was like, where are you? You're all on my Facebook. Are you blind? Like, are you actually?
You never know what
insane?
Facebook shows people, do you?
Exactly. But I was like, I've been in the countryside for 3 months. Where have you been? So.
Oh, listen, all the best of luck.
Thank
Please
you.
just know that you don't have to justify yourself.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Let us know how you get on. Thanks everybody for coming on the call tonight. Have a beautiful couple of weeks, and I will see you Wind Down Wednesday tomorrow, obviously. And if not, I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye, my darling.
Bye.